everyone, we're the Violet Reality. My name's Casey Rain.
And I'm Kim Camellia.
Today we're really excited to talk to you about a rumour that we just heard. It's a very credible rumour. As you know, for the last few years, every time there's been Record Store Day happening in April, there have been Prince releases or Prince-related releases. And so we got a little rumour for you this year about what we might be seeing this April for Record Store Day.
In other words, also known as Record Store Day. So, the first thing that we've heard about is that we are going to be seeing, hopefully this is a rumor, so we're going to be seeing a version of the Versace Experience from 1995. So this was a tape at the time that was only given to all of the attendees at the catwalk show for the Versace collection at the Paris Fashion Week in 1995.
That's right. So this is one of the only Prince-related items to only be released on cassette. So as Kim just said, it was given out at Paris Fashion Week in 1995. It's called the Versace Experience, in brackets, Prelude to Gold. And the reason it's called that is because it mostly had clips and excerpts of different songs that would end up coming out on the Gold Experience, and a few remixes of tracks that would be on the Gold Experience as well. Now, the really interesting thing is actually there's a few other things on the Versace Experience tape as well. So there was a couple of tracks on there that were from the planned third Madhouse album, Madhouse 24. Now that never actually came out. So these two tracks on Versace Experience do represent the only things that were actually released in any form from Madhouse 24. And then also there's one track that would come out later on, Kama Sutra, which was, as you may know, the orchestral album that was a bonus disc with Crystal Ball in 98. So Versace Experience as a tape is very unique in what it contains track-wise, but also very sought after because very few copies were out there.
It's like crazy limited edition. Like if you have the original of that, that's incredible.
Exactly. In fact, one tape of the Versace Experience a few years ago, I think it was a couple of years ago, broke a record for being the highest valued cassette ever sold on Discogs.com. So a copy of the Versace Experience sold on Discogs.com for $4,000. That gives you an idea of how rare this tape is. So the rumor is that Record Store Day 2019, we are seeing a tape re-release of the Versace Experience.
Not to be confused with, either way, Playtime by Versace, which has completely different songs and has actually nothing to do with this, or the Versace Experience 2 from 2006.
Yeah, so this was one of three Versace-related projects that Prince did at different times. There was a collection of songs called Playtime by Versace, which was compiled earlier in 1995 and never came out in any form. We know about that because Michael Van Huffel, who was one of Prince's art directors, has spoken about it, and we know the songs that were on that, but that never came out at all. And then in 2006, you had the Versace Experience 2, which was basically like a DJ mix of different songs from 3121, but like re-recorded versions. It was like he had just recorded his own like mega mix of himself performing songs from 3121. They weren't the same as the album versions, but it was more like a continuous DJ mix that was played again at the Versace collection at Paris Fashion Week, but in 2006. So that's completely different. So this one is the tape Versace Experience Prelude to Gold from 1995. Rumor is that's coming out as a re-release on Record Store Day on cassette again. There is one more thing that is rumoured for release on Record Store Day, and that is His Majesty's Pop Life. What is His Majesty's Pop Life?
So, it's basically a collection of a whole bunch of songs from Around the World in a Day, Purple Rain, and 1999, but then it's all the extended mixes.
That's right, so His Majesty's Pop Life was a Japanese-only release from 1985, and there was only 500 copies made and distributed by Warner's Japan. So again, just like Versace Experience, His Majesty's Pop Life is a very, very limited edition promo. If you've bought it at any time in the last 30 years, you've probably spent a few $100s on it at least, if not more. So as I said, there was only 500 made and they only were distributed in Japan. So that's the second rumor of what's coming out on Record Store Day. So we've got the Versace Experience tape re-release and His Majesty's Pop Life vinyl re-release. Both very, very much collector's items in their original form.
Yeah.
Both things that your average Prince fan just would never have had the opportunity to own. Only very, very serious collectors willing to spend a lot of money would have these items. So just for that alone, I think that's really, really cool. That's really, for me, that's like the real ideology of Record Store Day is to do these sort of re-releases of obscure things that really only matter to the fan bases of these artists, like rare vinyls and rare tapes. That encapsulates what Record Store Day is about for me.
I love that. Like, I'm just really interested in this. So, is there anything that you would really love to see get re-released in that sort of way? Like, for example, maybe like the Beautiful Experience with like the pop-up butterfly thing or something like that. Like, what would you really like to see re-released? So rather than us always talking about, you know, things that we'd love to come out, what would you like to have re-released? Like something that might not be in your collection yet and that you would love to get your hands on, because I'm so excited about that Versace tape. Like, that would be amazing to have in your collection, even if it's not the original one.
Yeah, exactly. So one thing to bear in mind, at this stage, neither of these things have been announced. These are just rumors. There is every possibility that this might not happen. We think they are very credible rumors at this stage, and we believe that this is what's happening. But as you know, in the music business, and especially when it comes to Prince stuff, anything could change, anything could happen. We could not see these, and we could see two completely different things happening in April. We don't know for sure yet, but we're just putting it out there so you know, and you can be prepared if this indeed is what's happening.
Yep.
So,
or we can have like 10 more things. That would be the dream, but that usually doesn't really happen.
So that's it, folks. Let us know in the comments if you are interested in these rumored Record Store Day Prince releases. Let us know if you're going to be snapping them up, or let us know if you're not interested at all, which would be weird, because why would you be watching this video if that was the case? So make sure you subscribe to our channel, hit the little bell, ding, to make sure you get the notifications whenever we upload a new video with a Violet Reality. We'll see you next time. My name's Casey Rain.
I'm Kim Camellia. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Elisa Fiorillo, and you're watching the Violet Reality on YouTube. All things Prince.